Now, the U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Tel Aviv to secure a ceasefire. The U.S. envoy also met with Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz in Tel Aviv. Israel says its aim is to secure the return of tens of thousands of people evacuated from the north due to rocket attacks by Hezbollah. The U.S. envoy also met with Lebanese Parliament Speaker Nabih Berri in Beirut. Berri has led mediation efforts on behalf of Hezbollah. Hochstein had said on Tuesday that an end to the war was within our grasp. And for more on this, we have Jessica Taneja joining us now. Jessica, what does the ICC arrest warrant mean for Benjamin Netanyahu, and what will be its implications?
Well, currently you heard from the United States as well as allies such as Italy and France. They said they will review on how to go about implementing that. Now, given the fact that all 27 European Union member nations are signatories to the Rome Statute, and they signed the Rome Statute, which would then, of course, enable them or would make them ensure that the ICC, arrest warrant is implemented. So that deliberation still continues on how these EU member states, given that most of them have been an ally of Benjamin Netanyahu. Just in the recent past, right before, we saw much of the condemnation come for Israel for its continued military operations, both in Gaza along with Lebanon. It is difficult to say at this point, but with India also and the United States not being signatories to this Rome Statute, with substantial support from the United States for Israel, even though there is widespread condemnation from the Western allies that they have, it does appear that it will not affect the decision on the ground.
Okay. And U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein has said that an end to the Israel-Hezbollah conflict is within their grasp. What do you suppose that gives ground for such hope?
Well, Amos Hochstein has been on the job for Joe Biden for the last 1 year, ever since these negotiation talks were resumed. Because you see, there were parts and moments where we were made to believe that we were very close to a ceasefire deal, of course, preceding the peace negotiation talks that were supposed to take place between the two sides. But, of course, with the developments and the escalations from both sides, from Iran and through its proxies, and directly from Iran towards Israel, and the rockets and the missile exchanges that we saw, not to forget the Israeli military's operations in Lebanon, a new front opening up in the north. So certainly things have been very tense in terms of the geopolitical climate in West Asia. But with the ceasefire talks at this moment and the progress made, was very little for the time frame that it was given, and only about a month left now for the Biden government to arrive at a possible deal which could enable ceasefire, complete cessation of hostilities in the region, seems very difficult because both the sides have very different and often non-negotiable demands. From the Lebanese side, they would want the United Nations Security Council resolution of, which was implemented in 2006, that eventually ended the conflict in 2006, to be implemented, but that would require a lot of movement along the blue line, that would perhaps create more difficulty in terms of whether the Israeli military would stop or would prevent its military personnel from entering through that border or continue to fire rockets into Israel. That is uncertain, and the Lebanese side say that they will not agree till the time the Lebanese army is replaced there on the border. So difficult and tough times ahead still in West Asia, even though there are talks of a possible peace plan that could be negotiated and worked out. Looking at the current geopolitical climate, and with the Israeli demand that they reserve the right to attack in case there are violations of any of the talks, or in case there is an attack from Lebanon again. So it seems to be difficult at this point whether those peace talks would result into something tangible, Tanvi.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica, for all those updates.